Hello and welcome to this episode, and in this episode we have yet another exercise for you, that is to find the sum of digits of a number. So write a program that reads a 4-digit number from the user. So I should write down here from the user. It's important that this 4-digit number should be from the user, and then finds the sum of these digits. So you will give a message to the user to enter a 4-digit number, and then you will find the sum of digits of that number. Suppose the number is 3469. Now the sum of the digits of this number is 3 plus 4 plus 6 plus 9. That is 7, 6, 13. 13 plus 9 is equal to 22. Hopefully I haven't made any mistake. So this is the sum of the digits of this number. So go on and try to solve this problem on your own first, and then come back to this video for the solution. Welcome back, and now let's go and solve this exercise. So we want to get a 4-digit number from the user. That's how we are going to give a message to the user to enter a 4-digit number. So you should tell the user to enter a 4-digit number, then read that number into a variable. Let's say that the variable that we want to store that number, we are going to call it number, simply number. Okay, this is our variable. Obviously this variable is going to be here before the scanf, and then how we can divide up this number into these 4 parts and to be able to add these 4 digits to each other. For that we need 2 other variables. So the first variable that we need is a variable that is going to store the sum of these numbers. This is the first variable. And the second variable that we need is a variable that is going to temporarily store each bit of the number. So we will divide this number into 4 parts, and each part is going to be stored temporarily into this number, into this variable. So we will call this variable maybe the last digit. So we will call it last digit. We give it a value of 0. Now let's assume that the user has entered a number from the keyboard. That number is going to be 3469. This is a 4-digit number that the user has entered. Now we want to find the sum of the digits of this number, right? So the first thing that we want to do is that to find or to segregate the last digit of this number. How we can do that is that we can take this number, last digit, and then we are going to take the original number and divide it by 10. So if we divide this number by 10 and get the remainder, what is going to happen? The remainder is going to be this last digit of this number. So in this last digit, now we have stored the number 9. So the number 9 basically has been stored here in the last digit. That's how it works. Suppose we have this 3469 for division of 10, and here obviously first we will try to give it 3, 30, and then 4, 6, and then 4, then 40, then 6 is remaining. We had a 9 in here, now the 9 will be here, 6, 69, and then finally 9 will be the remainder if we divide this number to 10. So that's how we got the number 9. Now that we have got this number 9, what we want to do is that we want to add this number to the sum. So sum is equal to sum plus this last digit. Now that we have got this last digit and we have added to the sum, now we need the next number, right? We need the 6. So what we can do to get rid of this 9, we can divide this number. We will take this number, we are going to divide this number by 10. So if we divide this number by 10, because in the division of integer numbers, the number is not going to have a fractional part. The fractional part is going to be omitted. The fractional part is going to be ignored. So if we divide this number by 10, it will become 3, 4, 6, and a floating point number 9. That is how it's supposed to be, right? But in integers, we don't have this point. So what is going to happen is that this whole 9 is going to go away. And then we have the number as 3, 4, 6. That's how we have this number. So we will apply the same logic again. We will go to this part of the number. So we basically try to execute this for 4 times until, so now we have our number as 3, 4, 6. Now if we want to once again get the latest digit, we will have to repeat the cycle 3 more times. So to have the latest digit, we will take this number and we will divide it by 10. We get the 6, and then we will add the 6. So previously it had 9 will be added to 6, and then this number we will divide it by 10. This number will become 34. Once again we go through this cycle. Next time we will get the 4, and this 4 is going to be added in here, and this number will become 3 basically. So this number will become 3, and that is how we can do this exercise. So need to do this operation 4 times. And later on we will learn how we can repeat a set of operations using while iterations and for iterations, but for the time being we haven't studied those concepts yet, so that's why we have to do this manually 3 or 4 times. That's it. Let's go to my laptop and try to resolve this problem on my laptop. So here we are on my laptop, and now let's go and write the code for this program. Starting from printf, we want to prompt the user to enter a 4-digit number, and then we are going to create a variable to hold that number. The variable initial value is going to be 0. Using scanf, we are going to store that number here in this variable. And now once we have the number from the user, now we need those 2 variables. The first variable to store the sum, and then the second variable to store the last digit, right? So now we are going to do the logic of this program. We want to find the last digit. Last digit is equal to the number divided by 10 and getting the remainder. So the remainder is going to be that last digit. Now that we have got the last digit, we will add the last digit to sum. So sum is equal to sum plus last digit. And now we want to shorten the number. We want to get rid of that last digit part. So what we can do is that we can give the number a new value. That new value is going to be number divided by 10. So once the number is divided by 10, it will have a fractional part. In integers, we don't have a fractional part. So that's why that fraction part is going to be omitted. And the new number will have the first 3 digits and the last digit is going to be omitted. So we have but we still don't have the sum because we haven't gone through all of those digits. So what we can do is that we have to do this operation 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that's it. Now inside of the sum variable, we have the sum of those numbers So we are going to print the sum of the sum of the digits of the number is, what is it? It is going to be this variable sum. So let's go and execute this program. Let's provide a 4-digit number, 3469, and the sum of the digits of the number is 22. So that's it for this episode. See you in the coming episodes.